Hello everyone. Here, let me just put the audio on for this. You're gonna have to tell me again with the audio, by the way, because I've moved it. I have to change it when I stream on PS4, so you have to see if it's the right level or not when I go out on track. Hello to everyone in the chat. So today's stream is iRacing, as you can see, doing the IMSA in GT3. We've got the gloves. As the missus is like looking at me like I'm an idiot. New gloves came today, so trying them out. A little bit weird to get used to, but it's definitely gonna. I think it's gonna definitely help the wheel, preserve it a bit. I heard Zoki mentioned he thinks they do something to the wheel where they rub it out, but from what I've heard, it does it more with if you don't have them. So that's possibly why. Zany Wabbit donated £2 through Super Chat. Who put this money button here? Thanks very much, mate. I appreciate that donation. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's more like people think it's more for you think you're gonna get an advantage, but it's nothing to do with that. It's more to look after the wheel and look after my hands, because I'm streaming literally every night at the moment, and my hands are starting to take, like, you might not think of it, 4 hours of gripping like that, and it's starting to get blisters all over my hands. So I'd rather have these gloves that are going to stop me getting blisters all over my hand, which is going to be a big help for me, obviously. And then it should help in longer races as well a bit, because you're not going to get sweaty hands. You start in Monza and Project Cars 2. It's all right on Project Cars 2. It's not as good as iRacing or Assetto Corsa on Project Cars 2. To bed them in, literally in bed. Yeah, they're a bit like they need to be used a bit, but I'm guessing they'll feel more natural the more I use them. So we'll see how it goes. At least my hands are not going to get wrecked, because I've got a big blister there, another one on that one there. They're literally all the places where I'm gripping the wheel. I've got them across my hand, and one of them was starting to hurt because it keeps obviously re-blistering every time. So we're going to have a practice on this. The race is in 45 minutes. So a little bit of a warm-up time. And then we go into the race and hope for the best. It's Monza again. This is the IMSA is at Monza. So this is multi-class. So you've got different classes in here. So let me know what the sound's like anyway. If it's too loud or anything. Might be a bit loud in this car. I've got a feeling this car's quite loud. So let me know in the chat.
Go left.
Well, what is he doing? Let's let that car through. Intermittent, yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Let me just go a little bit. That might be better. It's because of the car. This engine's really loud compared to the last cars. What about now? What, a little bit more quiet or a little bit more louder? I'll take it you mean that way. But that's way lower than we had it the other day, but we're in a different car, obviously. that okay now? Okay. Rachel Williams donated $4.99 through Super Chat. I'm expecting a podium key. I managed the P17 as the 25 car with... I'm going to have to just pull over here 1 minute. I can't read that. With 3 times in GTE there last night. Happy New Year to you and the missus. Thank you very much, Rachel, for that donation. I don't know about a podium, to be brutally honest. We'll see how it goes, but a podium would be very nice, but not sure on that. We'll see how it goes. But thank you very much for the donation. Yeah, it's different cars as well. Different cars sound. Zany donated. I'm gonna have to wait. Let me just get on the stream. Let me just pull over in a minute right there. I've got to be careful because I don't want to wipe anyone out. It's not like GT Sport. If you take someone out on this, you get a bit arsey. Zany Wabbit donated £2 through Super Chat. I'm expecting Key to finish. I'm hoping so. Let's hope someone doesn't wipe us out this time. Ooh. Track must be quite warm here. Let's try and get some laps together. Have a little look on the okay, so I'm the highest GT3 in the practice session, but practice sessions are not what you go by though. That's a problem. Are we catching this the GTE car here? So really, I shouldn't be catching GTE cars. They're a lot faster around the track. Oh, he's struggling with the braking. No, there's about a 3-second gap between the GTEs and GT3 here. Look at the top times on GTE. Go right to the top and we'll see. 140. Oh, I missed the braking there. I'll have a look now. Let's just have a little look. 144 flat. That's 3 seconds faster than what I've done. So he's just a bit slow in the car, I think. Oh, that's not very good.
One car ahead.
Go for a proper lap on the next one. Alright, let's get a better... I can definitely go faster than the lap I've done. I've got them on. David John Gibbons give me some recommendations for the graphics, so they're on reasonably high. If I wasn't streaming, I could run it max out pretty much, but because I'm streaming, obviously I can't do it. Ah, we ran wide there. So starting to get used to the Mercedes again. This setup actually, it's weird. The setup that they had on the page where I get the setups for Monza last week, the Mercedes didn't feel nice. But this week, the same page, but a different series, and it feels fine. It's weird. Possibly it's a different driver that's done it. I'm not sure, but I quite like the Mercedes setup this week. think the GTE car behind me just wanted me to get out of the way mid-corner then, but wasn't going to happen. Oh! Hit the curb too hard. Let's come off this before we get hit. Wreck someone's lap. Let's have a little look at the leaderboard. We can go a bit faster. The next GT3 car's quite a bit down, but you can't judge the pace in practice. I want to know why my livery is not loading again. Whenever I stream, the livery doesn't load onto the car, and it's really weird. I don't know why it doesn't do it. I literally have no idea. I don't know if I click that, it's gonna It's running now. Trading Paint is running, but liveries aren't loading up again. It's so weird. Yeah, I'll avoid that in I'll make sure I avoid that in the actual race. I can register in a minute. I'll actually, we'll back out now and register for the actual race. I think other drivers' cars are loading, but just not mine. It's weird. Let's back out and let's register for this race. I can have some sweets while I'm waiting. I can't eat the sweets with them gloves because it gets all powder on them. Graphics done. Everything. To be fair, iRacing's got the 24-hour cycle now. A lot more in-depth stuff for the track temperatures and stuff. And I think that's more important sometimes in a game like this. For a game like iRacing, visuals are not everything. And that's why they concentrate on stuff like this. GT Sport makes sense for the visuals because they kind of have to, because GT Sport's always been like the visual benchmark. So they have to really concentrate on that. What? Was free practice 4 minutes, 40 minutes, or 4 hours, you said? Don't know what you said. I have no idea what you're on about, Crazy. You've lost me with that one. Don't know what you mean. IMSA National 26 people. Right, we've got 26 entered already, and there's half an hour to go still, so it'll probably a lot of GT drivers enter this, so it's not as popular for GT3. I think we're gonna get lapped here. Probably will, because 45 minutes, they're about 3 seconds a lap faster, 2-3 seconds a lap faster. So probably will be lapped. You said you can do practice for an amount of time. I don't know what in terms of what though. Like, I can do practice up until the race starts. That's what I meant. Probably 40 minutes of practice or something. Ah, thank you. Because you go in the online practice sessions on iRacing, Crazy. So I had like 40 minutes before the race started, so I can practice for 40 minutes. Right, let's enter in that. I've no idea why. Let's just wait there. Let me cancel that a minute. Let's just check that we've got this running here in the background. Just don't get why it doesn't load up all the time. I've got Trading Paints there running. Just see if it. Try again. Tea. We got the tea bags today. Yeah, GT Sport is really a really good like graphical game, but it lacks a lot of other stuff that a lot of other games like this have in terms of like physics and like the 24-hour cycle. That's something I don't know whether they'll bring to GT Sport. I reckon maybe in the next version, maybe on more powerful hardware. Anyway, let's talk about Slightly Mad Studios. Is anyone a bit baffled by what they announced? I'm literally not sure about. It's just so weird. I just don't get it. If anyone hasn't seen or let me just read this. Nathan Powell donated Australian $5 through Super Chat for the cup of hot tea. Thank you very much, Nathan. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, nice cup of tea after we didn't have any tea bags the last 2 days. But yeah, Slightly Mad Studios have announced a console that's going to come out in like 2 to 3 years. They're making their own console. And it's so weird because I just don't... They're basically going to base it on like high-end PC. What they've said is when it comes out in 3 years, it's going to be the equivalent to a pretty decent PC. So it's going to be quite high-end in 3 years when it comes out, 2-3 years, whatever. My guess is that's when they're planning to maybe launch Project Cars 3 on it, or what, I don't know. What are they going to have, exclusives? Who knows? It's just a little bit... I can't work it out. Like, personally, for me, I wouldn't invest in a console made by someone like them because I don't... Like, I would trust Sony over them. It sounds bad, but if it does look amazing, then I probably will get one. But it just sounds like a PC, basically, that's just been turned into a console, much like the... was it the Steam box or something like that they did? It's all a bit weird. I have no idea what... I can't work it out. Apparently, it's going to be like 4K, VR, fully supported, and you'll be able to use PC VR headsets on it. So, how it's going to work in terms of, is it going to be able to like run what console game? Like, is it going to have third-party console games, or is it just going to be basically a PC that will run all Steam games? Or is it, what is it? No one. I'm interested to know more, but I don't know. It's a bit weird. I can't see it being cheap. It won't be cheap. It would probably be a bit more than the console, but cheaper than a PC. Yeah, no, what's happened there? Oh, there you go. That was weird. I don't know. It's just really weird. I'm hoping it's not done that bloody thing again. Yeah, who knows what's going on with it. It's done that again. Why has it done that? So annoying. Just try and get this to full screen. There you go. It's not even gone full screen. What's it doing? There you go. Now it is. Yeah, it is very weird. Yeah, if it's like cheap, I can't believe it's going to be cheap because I don't know. I mean, maybe in free when they're planning to release it. But like, I can't believe that a studio like Slightly Mad Studios is going to be able to come up with something more cost effective than Sony and Microsoft and stuff. I mean, they might be able to. I know Rushy's working for them now on it, but they're obviously doing the game side. They'll have totally different people doing a new console side. But how are they going to get like big third parties on board? Because I can't believe many third party developers are going to risk making a game for a console that's like that from someone like that. It'd be so risky for them to even waste their time doing if it flops and they've wasted that much hours into doing it. Unless it is purely based off PC architecture, like which they're saying, kind of, and it's just going to run the Steam. But then why not just play on PC? It's so weird. I can't work it out. Yeah, that's the problem. They're saying it'll be powerful in 3 years' time, but in 3 years' time, the rate of the way like computers progress, it might not be very powerful at all. Yeah, that's what he did on Twitter, wasn't he? But I think he was just right. I don't know if he's like, because VR has to run at more than 60 frames per second, doesn't it? It has to run at higher rate than that. But I think he meant because it's per eye. But then I don't get it because I'm sure PSVR already runs. I don't know. Okay, so the new rumored console developer is made by iRacing developers. I'm confused with that one because Slightly Mad Studios make Project Cars 2, not this. Yeah, but it's per eye. When you add 60 and 60, that's 120. That's why it's 120, because it's 60 per eye. Because that's how they base it. So 60 frames per second in one side, 60 frames per second in the other, and they work that out at 120 frames. That's how they do it. But yeah, it's a joke, isn't it? That's what he's trying to make a joke of it, but yeah, 60 frames. I think he's just. I don't know if he's joking when he says it or what. I can't, because he does make some weird comments at Ian Bell. He's known for it. There's people have a nickname for him on a lot of forums, but not hard to work out what it is. But he does say some stupid things sometimes. But we'll have to see how it goes. Who knows? What they need to concentrate on is for Project Cars 3 is making it like the online good, proper competitive racing. We want ranked based racing on it, and then the game's going to be a big improvement. Bullshit, Billy. He's been known for like being very aggressive on forums before, hasn't he? Ian Bell, I think, like towards. But then again, some of the people that he's probably been aggressive towards have said pretty stupid things, probably. So. Binned it behind me. If they can build a console that's powerful, then so can Sony and Microsoft. Yeah, so I mean, like I'm. Like, Microsoft and Sony are going to have more contacts, more R&D development. I will go with them, personally, in my opinion. But it'll be interesting to see, like, if they might surprise us and come out with something amazing. You don't know. My guess is it won't have any disk drive as well. I reckon it'll just be pure downloadable content. It won't be any disk drive in it, I don't think. I think they have changed the tyre model on Project Cars 2. I thought it was better when I went on last, but... Do you mean Project Cars 2 or GT Sport? Oh, GT? No, GT's... I don't think GT's changed. GT's exactly the same. I think when you've had a break from a game, sometimes you think it's different, but I've not noticed any change. I've been on it every day, so it feels identical to me.
Can't stop the head. Go right. You've got a slow car on the left. Go right. Go right.
Whoa, what is he doing? Nice gloves, yeah. Oh, hit the grass. Oh, I got away with that. Basically, though, I think these gloves are a little bit of a rip-off, if I'm brutally honest, because they are basically golf gloves with a few extra things in them. And they're like £40, and golf gloves are only normally about £10 to £15. I mean, they've got extra stuff like extra grips and padding in, so that can explain the price a bit, but not by as much as it is. There's a DP driver. Oh, missed a break in there. We'll let him go on the inside.
Car on your left. Stay on the right. You got a slow car on the right.
Okay, well,
Still there. Hold your line. Can't stop on the
that
right.
DP driver just hit him off. That's a DP car in front, so very old one as well. They need to update the DP car on this. Whoa. I'll show you the gloves in a minute. Let's just have another lap and then I'll show you them. Brake too late. Oh no. Right, we can go way faster than that anyway. Let's just I can actually, let me show you. Let's just, I don't know if I've set this up. Actually, not sure if that's set up. I'll show you them on there. Let's just see. So, if you can see them, there's the back, and then I'll show you that side for the grip. It's got the padding in along there, no extra padding, but Sparco anyway. Sparco gloves, $39.99 from Demon Tweaks. £3 postage, and I got them next day, so not bad. Could have just used the oven mitts. They're proper sim racing ones, though. That's what I like about them. They've been like, I can use my phone on them and everything, so they're not like you can buy other ones like go-karting ones and that, which help protect the wheel rim as well. But these ones obviously have been designed for sim racing rather than other stuff. Yeah, they're proper sim racing ones. They're made by Sparco Gaming, so They're called Hyper Grip. Sparco Hyper Grip gloves. You can order them direct from Sparco, or Demon Tweaks is probably the best bet if you live in the UK, because you're going to get them the next day, and it's only £3 postage, and they're $39.99 on the website, so not bad. Not bad in a way, because on Amazon they were £60. I wasn't paying that. Yeah, they are comfy. They're just going to take a bit of getting used to. And I think they need to be worn in a bit. The Sparco logo is expensive, yeah. I'm not even going to answer that question. I wouldn't know. Can they be used on your... Oh, Jesus. So the livery's not loaded again. I have no idea why Trading Pays does not work when I'm streaming. It works when I'm not streaming, but when I stream, it stops working. So weird. Went on the gravel. That was a horrible line through there. I turned in too late. Race starts, well, the session starts in 5 minutes. It will start loading in about 5 minutes. I need to brake early, and that corner braking too late. Times 1. Yeah, the GTEs have got more downforce, so I think it's pretty similar in this, so to be fair, because you've got ABS on the GT3. I'm just trying to push, see how hard I can push it. Probably pushing a little bit too much. Better exit, but still a bit scruffy. Oh, running too far wide. AMG GT3 at the moment. We're starting the session in a minute. The race starts in a bit, so I'm hoping for a clean race after the last Monza race, when we got absolutely murdered by another driver.
Go left.
You okay, Mick? Ooh, that was on the limit. Should have stayed in third gear through there a minute for a little bit longer. I upshifted too early. Let's go to the toilet before I start this race as well. It's a bit longer than the GT3 race, so if we actually last the full length of the race, it's 45 minutes, I think. I haven't even worked out, what was it? Oh, Jesus. Oh yeah, we have. I think it was 48 litres I need to put in. Let me just double check now. Just... Let's Go to the race. Sure, it was 48 I need to put in. Yeah, I'm going to go for a wee now before qualifying. Make sure I take the gloves off. But it's more so the fact that I've drank like a full cup of tea and half that, and I don't want to need a wee halfway through the race. So it won't be second. Mic on, gloves on. Real racing drivers just piss themselves. in endurance racing, I'm guessing they do. I don't think they'll go in the pits. They won't pit if they've got to stay out. They'll just pee in their suit. 100%. I hope they don't do the other way though. If they need a number 2, I'm hoping they hold that one in. That just wouldn't be pleasant. Imagine that in a hot day. Oh. Ferrari has a built-in Wizinator. Alright, so I need to just put this up a minute while I just do the fuel. Put it the metric. Oh. Need 12 litres in. I need to lower the rear by 1 click. Right. Take that off. Back to the live screen. Right, let's hope for an okay lap. This is obviously, this race has been on since Tuesday, like very early Tuesday morning, so a lot of people probably raced it a few times. It's my first attempt at it. Obviously, we raced in the Ferrari very short 5-lap race because we got took out on lap 5 by a driver behind. So let's just see what we can do. Like I say, I'm not expecting to be getting wins and stuff at this stage. We're still learning, again, trying to get used to the game. So let's go out and qualify and see if I can put an okay lap in. Okay, the livery's loaded up this time.
We have about 5 laps of fuel left.
So I've got to take it quite easy on the outlap. Otherwise I might run out of fuel on the second lap. Get comfy. Alright, let's build some speed up and go for it. Get this.
Green flag, green flag. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Could have been better.
You have about 2 laps of fuel left.
Hit that curb a bit too hard. Come on, not hooking it up.
One more lap.
46.4. Go better than that. Come on. Lost a bit of time on the chicane. No, I got a times one. Tried to push it too hard on the final corner. Oh well. Let's see where we are. I don't think that'll be too high up, but we'll have a look. Mid-pack. I was on for probably around there at one point, but yeah, it's where I kind of expected to be. Let's just see where we're one of the highest GT3 enters. Oh god. This shows you how off speed I am at the moment again. Well, I mean, I've got the pace to do that though. Let's just go in the pits and put the fuel in. Let me just put that up while I'm just putting the fuel in. So load that up. Right. Right, we're back. We're still quite a lot off the pace. We're about second off the ultimate pace, but I think he's a pro. I'm not sure. He looks way faster than everyone else. So off second though, we were only 6 tenths off P2 in our class. And I definitely should have been. I think I should have. If I could hook these laps up, I would be around that mark, around there, around P5, 6. And if I was playing the game more, I'm sure I'd be around P2 to 3. But we'll have to make do with that for now. Let's get to the grid, put the fuel in. Let's do all this. Make sure to take tyres off. I'm going to add 48 in just to make sure. Take the tyres off. I want to know why the delta doesn't come up on this. There you go. Session versus session best. That's what I want on. I was wondering why in the race the lap delta's not been coming on. It's because I must have tabbed it off at some point in the past. So we're starting in a pretty awkward position again, right in the middle of the pack of GT3 cars. You'll find that if the lead GT3 driver's got any sort of brain, he's going to let the GTE cars go because he's going to catch the slower GTE cars up with his pace. So he needs to give quite a big gap before the start of the race, let them go, which is hopefully what he's going to do. So the aim of this one is going to be to finish the race because what was it? The other day when we did it, we got took out on lap 5, and the first race we did the week before, well, about 4 days before, I made a horrible mistake, didn't I? I hit the sausage curb and went flying off. So today we just want to finish, get some safety rating as well, but I want to finish high as up as possible. I just got to try and avoid the carnage, avoid any crashes. I expect the GT cars could be battling quite hard in the mid-pack, so this is why I'm hoping the P1 driver and the GT3 cars holds back a bit. Let them go away. So we can see any instances up ahead. Let the field spread happen before we start. I think the lead GT3 car is going to catch the slower GTE car. I'm pretty sure. The gloves are Sparko.
Catch the 20 car. Catch the 17 car.
God, he's going to come annoying, this bloke, and he catch the 15 car. You see, everyone's in the Mercedes because the Audi round here just hasn't really got the speed.
Catch the 27 car.
I swear me tracky bottoms that I've got at the moment have shrunk in the dryer. So it looks like he's given a bit of a gap. Let's see. He needs to hold back. Come on, let them go a bit more than this, mate. Come on. He shouldn't be. He's holding up a bit. Oh, he's done this a bit stupid, really. He's caused an incident there. Someone's hit someone behind because he shouldn't.
Catch the 17 car.
He done that. He's very dodgy the way he's done that. I didn't like that.
Right side.
Oh, come on. What are you doing?
Clear on the right.
Wow, seriously.
Right side.
Straight away off the start and he's just done that. I got ×4 for that. Or did I? I don't know. I think I did, yeah. Straight away. What an idiot he is. Let's just lift off earlier.
Right side. Stay on the left. Clear on the right.
Oh, the other. He took him out. I got ×4 for that though, but it's got to expect it. I mean, that was daft. That on turn 1, I went in there really slow and giving space.
car ahead, can't stop, on the left. You've got a slow car on the left. You've got a slow car on the left.
Oh, what's happened there? These GTE cars are going to cause trouble. There's some really slow GTE cars.
You've got a slow car on the left. Car on your left. Clear.
Trying to concentrate here.
Go left.
Oh, there's another GT3 driver's made a mistake. That's another position. Oh, another one's made a mistake. He lost it on the last corner. They're dropping like flies here. Jesus. Oh, I kind of don't want to get too close to them two. I feel like something's going to happen here. They're battling really hard there. Oh, they're going for the move. They're going to lose. I hope there's no contact between them. Remember, it's a long race, driver in front. It's not 600 laps. It's going to be about 26 for me, I think. It's 45-minute race. Yeah, remember this is iRacing, Bruno. And I don't really... I used to be faster than what I am now, but still, even then, there's way faster than me on this game. Jesus. To put it into perspective, my iRating was getting on for 5k, like 5,000. Some of the top drivers have nearly 10,000 iRating, which is just insane. Like they're just amazing at the game. So far, quite happy with the race though, how it's going. Yeah, iRacing is it's a game you have to put a lot of time into if you really want to get high up. They're having a really good battle, these two drivers in front. Yeah, it's a really nice, clean battle they're having, which is really good to see. He's going to go defensive. See, if they keep defending, if they battle too hard, I can gain on them, but in pure pace, they've got the advantage over me. Run a bit wide there. Oh, he's going for it on the inside. Oh.
About 5 laps of fuel left.
You're right, Mystic. Just gotta try and keep on it. The drivers behind are matching my times pretty much. 3 seconds behind. It's been that for a while. It looks like the white AMG GT3 has actually started to pick up some speed. Maybe his setup's a bit better on the lower fuel. No, you don't get an undercut on this. It doesn't work like that. You don't change tyres on iRacing. You just put fuel in. So you're best staying out right to the light as it is. Well, that was scruffy through there. Yeah, it's all realistic tyre wear on iRacing. Oh, he's got past. What's happened there? It looks like he made a mistake.
You have about 2 laps of fuel left.
I haven't tried Kartcraft yet. Not sure on it from what I've seen of it. Not really sure about it. So the driver behind's pitted, I think. Yeah, he's pitted. Oh, the red car's back into the... What's happened there? Kartcraft is just a karting game. It's not, I don't think it's fully released properly yet though. I think this would be, I can stay out here. Oh god, scary moment. So it's a pit stop time. I kind of know where to brake. I haven't really practiced it. Uh-oh. I feel like I might need a bit more fuel in as well. Might add a bit more in. I'm not going to take any risks on the pit lane entry. I'm going to put another litre in as well. Another couple litres. I'm not taking any risk. I don't want to risk anything in the pit lane, so there was a gap behind me. No point going in there steaming. I think I might have put too much fuel in. Looking at how far up the other drivers jumped there, I might be getting very close to getting overtaken by the driver behind. I don't know the fuel because I haven't obviously I haven't done the race yet, so I'm just being very, I'm just making sure, maybe a bit too much. Yeah, I've put too much fuel in because now we're under attack from the driver behind. I was pulling away from him. So I'm going to have to get on with this. I think I've overfueled by quite a bit. But this is a learning race anyway. I'll do this again maybe through the week. Yeah, I know you can get the fuel calculator. I know all that. I just never download them. I can't be bothered with stuff like that. Because once you know it, you don't need to. Once you've done one race, then you kind of know the fuel. Nice, that's nice. So that back marker's gone in the pits. So I gained a bit. I gained about nearly a second on the driver that was behind me through that. So I mean, the GTE driver, I mean, went in the pits. I lost out massively to them drivers up ahead, though. I lost about 3 seconds, I think, in the pits. I did go in ultra cautious, though. So maybe a second or more was how early I put the anchors on. But I wanted to make sure I didn't want to make any stupid errors straight away. Sorry if I'm a bit quiet, not reading much of the chat. I'm just trying to keep focus a bit, and I really want to make sure I finish this race. I'm not going to let that GTE driver through yet. He's too far behind. No, you're not close enough there yet. Oh, it's a DP driver. Go on. Go on the inside. Go on the inside. Go on the inside. Go on.
Car right. Clear on the right.
Missed the braking. Oh, God. That was a bit too close to that sausage curb for my liking. Ooh, bit close. So I think with this race done, if I get a finish on the next, might stream it again on Sunday. Maybe do Brands Hatch in the sprint series. I mean, it's focused a bit on safety rating, but it's still focused on iRacing as well. In a way, I mean, iRating's how you get put into races. So you have to have a higher, the higher your iRating, the higher split you're in. Okay, we're lapping a GT3 car. Looks like he had the damage, so hopefully he won't give us too much hassle. He's got loads of damage on that. Oh, what's happened up here? Oh, the DP driver stacked it. No, don't hold me up, mate. Come on. I'm pretty sure he's the only DP driver in this race. I don't see the point of going the DP car. It's just a waste of time. So we've got, I think, about 5 laps to go. Got to keep concentration. I don't want to make a mistake. No, it goes, I think it's about 26 laps on this, I think. It might not be, it might be less than that, I have no idea. You might be right. No, I think it'll be at least 25, 26 laps thinking about it. I don't know. Oh, the car's getting a little bit loose.
You got about 5 laps of fuel.
I think I've made the end of this a bit more sweaty than it needed to be. It's not been too bad, but obviously he's been 2.5, 2.3 seconds behind since the pit stop. I put that pressure on myself, obviously, by being a bit too cautious. But to be fair, I could see I wasn't going to gain them, and they are battling so hard. They've been right next to each other the whole race. think he might be on his... is he on his last lap or has he got another lap? He should be able to just out-accelerate me, really. Go on the inside, mate.
Right side. Clear.
Final lap now. So I put way too much fuel in. It was hard though, because if I would have had to do another lap, then it wasn't too much. So it's hard to judge, really. You're basing your fuel on the pace of the DPE driver, really. Now, if I would have been a little bit further up the road, I would have had to do another lap. So I probably put about 5 litres too much in though. I'll work it out when we go over the line. But I'm happy with that. No real incidents on my behalf. It was just one driver hit me. So, and I think we got 1x1 as well. So, I'm happy with that.
There's the flag. It's over.
That's not too bad. I'm happy. So, 9.5, yeah. I probably put about 5-6 litres, so I probably wanted to put about 45 in, and then that would have given me the leeway just in case I would have had to do the extra lap. But yeah, I'm happy with that. We finished the race. Not too many incidents. We only had that one driver that hit me, and I kept it clean, so not bad at all. Reset back to the pits. Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at the results. So we came in P5 in GT3. So not too bad. There was a lot of cars, look, with the incidents at the start. So we gained a bit anyway. I'm quite happy with that. You know, that's my... I'm only coming back to iRacing for the odd race every week. And to pick up solid results. I don't think I'll gain any iRating. I'll probably still lose it. I don't know. Might be pretty much stay the same. But I should get a bit of an increase in the safety rating. Because a bit annoyed. If it wouldn't have had that incident at the start, we would have had pretty much no incidents throughout the whole race. It would have been a nice, clean race. These two drivers had a real good battle between these. They were driving really well and battling hard. So, at least we didn't make any big mistakes. We kept it clean, solid race. Reasonably happy with that. I might practice some Brands Hatch now we've quite an early finish there, so I might jump onto Brands Hatch and do half an hour practice before I end the stream. Might as well stream some practice. I've not really been on Brands Hatch in GT3 on iRacing, so might as well have a little practice on that for half an hour. Rachel Williams donated $3.99 through Super Chat. Nice drive, my friend. Thank you very much, Rachel. Yeah, it was solid. It wasn't fast. It wasn't like blisteringly fast or anything, but like just to put it into perspective, the Arthur where is he? The driver in I think he must have had something must have happened to him. Oh, he didn't qualify, did he? He started last and he worked his way up, but we used to race quite hard against him. Isaac Price we all know who Isaac Price is. Esports driver. He drives in the F1 series. I'm wondering if he must have had some issues in that to finish there. There's quite a few big names in that. But in our class, not so many big. I mean, it's hard to. Some of the drivers I recognise from when I used to play it, but yeah, I'm gonna do the VRS practice now. I've not touched it yet, so I'm gonna go with the Ferrari because it looks like the setup that I've got is better in the Ferrari. But I enjoyed that. It was solid. It wasn't particularly entertaining for you. I understand that, but sometimes racing's like that. We were like too fast for the driver behind, but too slow to keep with the battle in front. So, yeah. But do you see what I mean by the penalty system? If you run wide, like that incident on turn 1, that would have been a 5-second penalty for me on GT Sport. On iRacing, it's ×4. We go on. We don't have any penalties. No one has to slow down, and the racing continues. What does that say? It sums it up perfectly for me. That. Let's have a little look at the incident at the start of the race. Let's have a look. He just went into the corner way too aggressive. I think he must have known that he messed his qualifying up and wanted to make ground up straight away. So let's go on board with the... where's the chopper? So there's me on the left, and I deliberately give him space. But he just wrote... Oh, that was really nasty, that, to be fair. Let's have another look at that. But you see what I mean by GT Sport? We both probably have penalties for that incident, but iRacing, the racing continues. No one comes to any harm. We get a ×4 penalty, but that's it. But let's have another look from this view. Maybe I should have closed the door a bit more, but... Maybe I should have come across and actually took the normal racing line there. He goes in quite aggressively and then he just goes over. Look how much space he's got here. He should be round where this car is, giving the space to him. He just goes straight into the side of me. A little bit nasty. Yeah, he ran in too hot. He obviously wanted to get that position back because he got done on the start because let's have a little look how he did the start. It's really daft. He kind of like was going... He's going quite fast at this point. He's like... Let's just go to the GT3 driver. Where is it? The lead GT3 driver. So he just... Oh no, it's not even that one. Let's have a little look. Where is he? Oh, we qualified quite far down. So we made up some places without making errors there. And then he just slams on there. He should have been holding back more. He should have been going slower right from the start. Because when he braked, did you hear the noise then? He actually caused some cars to hit into the rear of each other. I think it was this driver here. Because he went and then decided to brake, he confused everyone. It's like a knock-on effect. Because look, he starts slamming his brakes on now. He should have just been holding a slower pace right from the start. He shouldn't have been that close to him. Because then he catches this driver out. Oh, he didn't hit him there. But there was... Oh, yeah, he just hit him there. It's just clumsy starting, really. He should have been holding the pace back a lot further back. Yeah, he shouldn't be doing that. He should have just took the pace really slow from the start. Let them all pull away in the GT cars. That will make it safer for him as well. Because he had amazingly... he had like half second over anyone in qualifying. So for him, the lead driver should have just held back. Drove it really slow. Let the GTs pull away. And then he can get on with it, some fast qualifying laps. Instead, I'll guarantee you he was right on their tail by the start of this. Let's have a little look. Where are you? I'll guarantee you he caught up. He probably caught up really fast to the GT drivers because of the start he did. Oh, did he get jumped off the start straight away? Well, there was an incident straight away through that corner. Look, this is the problem though. Because of that, they risked their race because then you have incidents ahead, and look how close they came. You know, that could have been an end of the race for them. But he's already battling with GTEs because of the way they've done the start. If he would have just held back, he would have had a couple of laps of free air, both of them. But it is what it is. Let's have a little look at the... We don't need to save the replay. It was a little bit of a boring race, but I don't mind boring races every now and then. All right. Have a little look at I don't think they were very high rated drivers I was racing in my class, but if they're playing it every day and they've raced already, jelly babies. Have a little look. Let's see if I gain some SR safety rating, even though we had the incident, obviously. Yeah, we gained some I rating. We gained 5 I rating. Yes. We didn't lose any though, so that's not too bad. But you can see the driver's ahead. Really, this shows you how far off speed I am. Like 2.5 KI rating and a 2.5, 2.6 and a 2.5. Now, I should really be racing with closer to these drivers that were right at the front. 5k driver, but I've got to just slowly pick up the pace. It's hard though when you're playing 2 games, especially when you're doing different views on them as well, like driving cockpit and one. And it'll take I think it'll take a few months before I start picking up the speed again, and then I should start getting the feel for it. And once I get the V3 pedals, I should start gaining a lot more back on it then. But we're still gaining I rating. The thing is as well is consistency. Not all drivers drive it consistent. If we can keep consistency, then we won't lose too much I rating. And I need to get me A license back on my safety rating, because I lost it when was it? The first race when I made, I think it was, no, when was it we lost it? It was in a race when someone took me out. I lost it. I think it might have been on the previous time I came back when Lando destroyed my race. That's when he went into the back of me and hit me about 5 times. So I lost my A rating then. But I'll get that back. Shouldn't be too hard. Slowly get that back. Let's have a little... I've got the setup already loaded up I've got it loaded up in the game. Where is it? VRS. There you are. Eating the souls of my opponents, yeah. All of them. I'm going to go to Ferrari. It looks a little bit better at this track from what I've seen. Just join this session. I can't join that one. I'll join that one. So I've not done this yet, so I'll probably crash quite a lot here. I've never even been on Brands actually. iRacing, I've got the track, but I've never. I think I drove it in MX5 once. Never in GT3 though. Jimmy had a bad race on iRacing. Everyone else from me. I had a terrible race the other day. People were near the other. It was just a few days ago in the BRS series at Monza. We started the race really well. We were just being very sensible, and then we'd gained loads of places. And some driver from behind just totally missed his braking and lifted my car off the floor with how much he missed his braking and wrecked my race. It was raced over, the car was totaled. But that's the way iRacing is. Sometimes things don't go your way. But I kind of accept it a bit on iRacing because I don't get as annoyed as much, because the damage mod and everything is kind of like how real racing is. The thing that annoys me on GT Sport is the stupid penalties. There is literally no need for the penalty system on GT Sport. There's no need to run a system like that. Just weird. You don't understand all the racing lingo, so I just shut the fuck up and watch it. Nothing wrong with that. Possibly netcode can sometimes cause issues when there's contact that wasn't actually there. I've done this again on this bloody... Right, it does this. There you go. So let me just... I just need to put this up while I load up the setup, obviously. Where are you? I think that's it. Now we're driving the Ferrari. It's a totally different car. I need a Wii again already. I'm happy that I actually finished that race. We can now just chill out. Half an hour practice. Tomorrow's stream's going to be... what are we doing tomorrow? Some FIA practice for Monza, I think it is. I don't know what the... What is the track for... Does anyone know the GT Sport manufacturer track? Does anyone know what track it is? Yeah, it's the same on GT Sport. I've had issues where there's a gap there, and you can see the other car like look like he's hit you, but there's a gap on your screen. There's a gap, and even on the replay, it shows a big gap. Oh, is it Blue Moon? Oh God. Oh. I just don't know if that's worth the risk. See, I think I would rather concentrate on the Nations this season. I'm doing better in the Nations. I'm in the top... I think I'm in the top 10 in Europe. In the Nations. But manufacturers has just gone down, like, really... been a shit season, so... I think it's come to a point where I just want to change the car. I'm just bored of driving the Porsche now. It is frustrating the way they didn't tell anyone that we were all stuck in the car for like 5-6 months or something, or well 4 months, something like that. Right, I'm just gonna go for a wee before I go out and test this car. Let's just check that my car's got the oh, I can't do it yet. Right, 1 second. Next Monday, new races. I don't know what the new tracks are for next week. I'm not sure. No idea on GT Sport. That's why I like iRacing, because you can see, like, I can see the schedule for the whole season of like every, you know, they do weekly races as well. But the good thing about iRacing is there's about 30 different races you can choose from. I think I'm gonna buy the RUF GT3 car as well. There's a single make default setup championship with that. There's also one with the Ferrari. It just gives me more options. So when I go on there, do different things. I'm not too worried about getting credits. I need to put my email into the description for my, you know, if you refer me, if you join iRacing, I need to get all that sorted out as well, so that it doesn't cost the person anything when they join. It just means if you refer me, I get $10 worth of credit, so I can buy a car or something like that from, and it just means I can do more races as well to stream. So hopefully I will start picking up speed on this, and I can start battling some of the faster drivers again. I do miss, obviously, being close to the real racing drivers. There was a few races I've had in the past, and it was so much fun when you're racing like real racing drivers, and you're right on the tail and pushing them. Has Kudos Prime got it up yet? Oh, they didn't have it up yesterday, so let's go out in this Ferrari. I've never driven this track in this car, so this should be interesting. Just be careful coming out here. That's a horrible pit exit, that. ×1, but oh well. Actually, it's surprising how that corner's a little bit sharper than on GT Sport, but in general, not a great deal of difference between GT Sport. A little bit more undulation on this. You can see it on the track. Gonna take me quite a bit. So if I can get warmed up now, and then by Sunday I should be able to do a race here. I would always say that iRacing is correct, and if the track looks wider, it's because it probably is how it is on iRacing over GT Sport, to be brutally honest. It doesn't feel wider to drive though. It might just be the visual side. It might just look it. It still feels like you've got the same width when you're in the car. That corner's way sharper on this. Picking up the ×1s, but it doesn't matter. We're just warming up. Oh. Not pushing really at all yet. I'm just trying to get used to it. Yeah, it might have been scanned on GT, but I'll always take iRacing's approach to how they do the track over GT Sports. And the reason I say that is because Nicky Phim, who races on iRacing, he always talks about how iRacing gets the tracks better than anyone. That's the one thing he says is that better than any other game is the tracks are really close to how they feel in real life. Need to get that in one acceleration. Yeah, GT Sports is a good example of the track, but one thing that I noticed even on iRacing and sorry, Assetto Corsa is that tight corner's a lot tighter on proper, like the simulation games. This one up here in a minute, not this one. it's this right-hander we're coming to now always seems tighter even on a Assetto Corsa. Oh! Gonna take a little bit of getting used to this, but this should be an interesting race again because it's gonna be so hard to overtake on this track. Yeah, just remember though, iRacing. One thing you will say about iRacing though is they don't update their tracks often enough. So GT Sport might have that correct with the sausage curbs and stuff. Because iRacing are quite, I mean, they've still not updated Silverstone to the new layout. You know, it's only been about 10 years or longer. I like the feel of it on this game though. It feels nice. I feel like the traction control is on a bit too much with this setup, and also maybe I could run this with lower downforce to what they've provided. But for now we'll just keep it as it is and just practice it. Oh.
You've got a slow car on the left.
Oh, downshifted too quick. Oh, let's just get off the track. Downshifted too quick. Have a little look. See, we're going to be so far off the pace, but yeah, it looks like we need to be in the 20s. I can definitely go 20, low 21s, but I'm not sure about 20s. But then again, you find that the more you... It's like GT Sport, you keep knocking bits of time off and you keep getting faster. Yeah, I agree with the tyres. Yep. You don't... You can turn the noise down though on GT Sport, but in a way GT Sport's it's there to give you the signal of like loss of traction, so kind of handy to have it there. But I do prefer it like on even Assetto Corsa's a bit like that. It's less whiny and more like less screechy whine, and it's just a little bit more calm. Oops, I might get, yeah. Sorry. Got a black flag. I took the pit limiter off too early. There you go. Let's just be careful coming out of here. Oh yeah, look. In a race, that is going to be so dangerous. Oh my god. It's even worse than GT Sport, I'd say. It just feels more dangerous on this. Yeah, I turned it down on the screeching. I'm still convinced that the setups that Pure Driving School give out are a little bit safe. Don't think they're particularly I think they're designed for like a broad selection, which is understandable, but maybe they should offer some sort of like premium setups for like the more experienced. Whoa, it just goes on you there. Downs, you gotta be careful in this Ferrari. Let's just get off the racing line. The downshifting, if you downshift too fast, the rear just goes on you. That's one of the big difference between iRacing and GT Sport, is the downshifting. That's definitely second gear through there anyway. Oh. Missed the apex. At least we did that final corner a bit better. Turn one again, miss the apex. Come on. Oh, we got a spinner. Whoa. Nice to see some. Yeah, we've been streaming it quite well. Trying to do it two times a week on iRacing. Trying to get back into the game. Obviously not back there fully yet, but getting some speed back, but not really anywhere near what I should be. Yeah, a lot less rage on iRacing. You still do rage, trust me. When you're having something like really bad happen, you still get annoyed, but a lot less. It's less frustrating because there's no stupid penalties, and that's why you're raging less. Oh, I've missed the apex.
Car right.
Okay, that corner's the one that's catching me out. Just need to get turn one sorted. Yeah, the net code can be an issue sometimes, but... And like when cars disappear randomly. I've had that in the past when I used to play it. I don't know if it's fixed anymore, but it used to be an issue where the car in front would be there and then it disappear. And you don't know where it's gone, so you're like, where, you know, and then it'll randomly reappear like 4 or 5 seconds later on the track. I don't know if that's still an issue or not. I really like the feel of this Ferrari on iRacing though. I think they've nailed it. But the reason why you're going to get lag though on iRacing is because they don't divide the servers up. They let the Americans race the EU, and EU can race Asia, and you can have everyone in a, you know, there's no like dividing up of it. Nah, I missed that apex that time. Too much, Jesus. I think there is a few Brazilians on the game. I don't really know, but Jesus. So at least I'm getting warmed up now for a little. It's got me into, I kind of getting the hang of the track, and then we can do another session and then maybe stream the race on some. That's what I've got to just be careful of with this car. That downshift into 4th gear. Also, I'm running full fuel, which, let's have a little look and see whether the top, I mean, you can't guarantee it, but just gives me more of an idea of what he's running. So it's that driver that was in front of us. So yeah, he's doing race pace now. Let's have a little look. So Now he's doing race pace. It doesn't look like he's getting into the 20s. 21-1, 21-7, 21-8, 21-2, 21-0. Maybe that was his race pace and he just went in the pits. I don't know. Can't really tell. I can definitely get it down to low 21s, I think, once I've got a bit more used to it. You can normally, I can't remember how you tell where they're from. I think the only way to see is normally by clicking the name in them. Martin J. Smith, this one here. I'm sure I've got him on my... I swear I used to race him. I think if it's the one I think it is, he's got about 4K iRating, so I'm not doing too bad to be there. I think we can get to around that speed though, where Tony M and Menguel or whatever his name is. I think I can get my race pace down to that. I can't get my race pace to his level though, I don't think. Not yet. Yeah, Brazil's got a lot of fast sim races. I know there was some on the F1 game when I used to play that. Oh yeah, you got... Yeah, you got, look, Brazil. There's 2 in this race now from Brazil. A lot of Iberia. Look how many Iberia there is. Thank you very much, mate. I'm glad you like the content. Apollo Victoria 44. Is it Spain and Portugal? Oh, okay, yeah, right. Probably wrong time of the day for the Australians to even be on. I think. I don't know. Is it? I don't know what time it is. Is it early in the morning where you are now? Plus, it depends. You'll find, I think, if you went into the V8 Supercar series, you're probably going to get a lot more of them in there. Let's just go back out and have another run of this car. Whoa. Oops. Good job there's a reset button in this practice lobbies. Oh, I'm just gonna let him go. Oh, I've wrecked. So awkward, that pit exit. Ah, yeah, so if it's probably, you probably see them if you go on early in the morning, maybe. But once the kids are back at school, the good thing about that is obviously I want to try and get all my intros sorted for the streams and new intro maybe for the videos as well. But I can start doing some streams in the day as well. Because I obviously I was doing streams in the day, but while the kids are off, I can't really do them.
Car ahead.
Um, 4 and 8 the kids. Done it again. I've got to stop doing that. The downshift to 4th gear, I've got to be slower doing it. Maybe I might change the brake bias as well. Let's go a little bit higher on the go a bit more to the front. Let's let him pass.
Car ahead, car stopped ahead.
Let's just go to, let's try 54.5. What happens when you hit the limit on off-tracks collisions? You get disqualified from the race and you lose a shitload of safety rating and a shitload of I rating. So it affects you quite bad. You get kicked out the lobby, that's race over, you're black flagged. But in practice session, there is no limit. Practice session, you can do what you want. See you later, Nathan. Ah, mess the X up. Oh, be careful. Do you know what I like about iRacing as well? The grass isn't too slippery. You can actually drive back on fairly, you know, it's not just going to spin you instantly. Because they've got their penalty system correct, they can have the grass fairly realistic. Can't get that turn one sorted.
Slow car ahead, car stop on the left. Go right.
That was awful. I think GT Sport could use a system like iRacing, just lower the incidence, maybe have like 12 or something like that, and it would work. And maybe less for like collisions, maybe like 3 for collisions on, you get 3, I keep missing the apex, 3 collision points or something like that for contact. 1 for running wide in corner cuts, but if you do too much of a corner cut, you still pick up a penalty, just like on iRacing. It makes sense, really. Just can't get it into that apex. I've got to sort that out. Oh! Free bum drafting. This is probably trickier than it is on GT Sport because weird, like at Monza you could brake later in some corners, but here having to brake a little bit early on a lot of them. Need to go down second gear for that. Yeah, it is a big investment, iRacing. Obviously the PC and then your monthly cost and then your content. Ah, come on. Who knows if I wonder if this console that Slightly Mad Studios are apparently making, whenever I talk I make a mistake, but I wonder if the console they are making is gonna be able to play like iRacing, or whether if it's based off of a PC. I mean, I very much that car. Why did I try that in fourth gear? If it's based off of an architecture of a PC, you never know, but I doubt it. But oh, that was the rear was gone all the way through that corner. Ah, going too late. Yeah, he does talk a lot. The thing is, though, they must be planning it because Rushy obviously works for them now, and I don't think Rushy. I don't know. He obviously, if he works for me, he probably has to retweet stuff. But I know a few people that work for them now. Like the lad I went to school with that did the handling for Drive Club. I think he's working for Slightly Mad now. That, I just can't. I keep trying to do that corner like I would do it on GT Sport. That's where I'm going wrong. Ah, right. I think I'm gonna leave that. I think I'll do a practice on this maybe off stream, and then we'll do some. Hopefully, try and do this race on Sunday. Let's have a little look at it. So the pace at Martin J. Smith, see, I used to be pretty much identical. That's who I used to have good races with him, but he's on a 21.2, so I need to find some speed really. But let's have a little look at Martin's. He's doing race practice. Yeah, so I need to find a bit of time really. Maybe I might try the Audi just to see if it's a bit more consistent for me. I really need to start messing with the setups myself as well. Getting the car to more how I want it to handle rather than these default. But then the problem with doing that is it's going to take me a lot more time to like do stuff. The handy thing with having these setups off of Pure Driving School, I can just jump on, use it, race. I don't have to mess around, and it's better for me because it means I can carry on with the GT Sport content and streaming and stuff. It's a bit easier. But at least we had a good result in the well, I'll say a good result, but it was a solid result. I mean, Ben Collins did some of the handling on the original project car, so I think what's his Rennie Rast? Is it Rennie Rast? Did more things for them, to be fair. But even them, you don't need someone who's drove professionally to get good handling. Doesn't work like that. You know, most people always say Assetto Corsa and iRacing are... Real racing drivers tend to say iRacing and Assetto Corsa are the games that closely match real handling more than any other. I don't know how much Project Cars 2 is now. I've got it on PC, like, but... Yeah, I didn't die. So it was a success, and that was the main thing about the race we had. We didn't make mistakes, and I gained positions through not making mistakes, and that's a plus to start with. The first thing I've got to get back is consistency. Pick up the consistency for maybe the next 3-4 weeks. Try and make sure I don't make mistakes, so I don't lose too much iRating, keep myself in the top split. And then after that, I can start concentrating on overall lap speed and trying to get the pace back. Because hopefully it will come eventually. Just might take a bit of time. Depends what you want really from Project Cars 2. If you want an online racer with really close online racing, don't buy Project Cars 2. Because there's no matchmaking on it. So it's all a bit boring. But if you want a hot lapping game where you can just hot lap tracks, a load of different, you know, lots of variety in tracks and car combinations, then yeah, buy it. It's not a bad game for that. But the sounds are awful though, I'll tell you that. Like, that's one thing I don't like about it, is the sound effects on that game. It's like comparing it to iRacing and like GT Sport, it's nowhere near as good. But yeah, if you want it as a hot lapping game, Project Cars 2 isn't bad. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream in a minute anyway. Let's just come out of this, and I've kind of just need to pick up a bit of speed, and then I might have a word with that Martin J. Smith. See if he'll share his setup at some point. Probably won't, but yeah, every racing game now, every racing game in my opinion now has to have a matchmaking system. It's like a must. It's the most the priority list for every single racing game should be number one, matchmaking. Like, it's got to be the most important thing, a proper matchmaking system, because without that, racing games are boring in my view. You know, iRacing and GT Sports show you just how much better the racing is and how closer and cleaner it is when you have matchmaking. Yeah, that's exactly. GT Sport basically copied iRacing for their that's what they did. They copied this for how the races are set out. You know, this had the iRating and the safety rating, which is basically GT Sports safety rating and driver rating, the exact same thing. They just copied it off iRacing. League racing's okay, but what I'll say is, like, you're not racing the best drivers on the game. You're racing people that are in a league, but it's a lot easier to win a league racing race than it is to go on to a matchmaking race, say an FIA matchmaking race, because you matched against a load of drivers in Europe and not just 20 drivers that signed up for a league. So league racing's okay, but it's always like, you know, one day a week, and you can't just jump onto it. It's like, so say I go on Project Cars 2 now. I want to go on now. I want a league race now. Right, in 10 minutes time I want to race a league race. It's not going to happen because you can't just do that. Go on this, and like, for example, I'll show you, like, just to show you like why iRacing is so popular is because the variety. I haven't got the ovals clicked at the moment because I think I don't. Do I have oval click? No, I don't think I have all the oval click. But you've got dirt racing, which I haven't even tried on iRacing yet. I have no idea how that is. But withdraw from that a minute. This is one that I'll probably do again, even though it's pretty. It's not the most competitive. The global Fanatec global. It's driving like a GT3 car, the Cadillac GTS V race car. It's basically it's a multi-class, but you have basically a GT3 single make car. It's a Cadillac, and then it's a Kia front wheel drive touring car. That's good. The Ferrari Challenge Series, which is basically just all Ferraris. It's only a 15-minute race. It's basically it's one of the only sprint races on the game, really, in terms of. I mean, you've got the Mazda. Even the Mazda's a longer race than that. It's very short, the Ferrari one. Formula Renault 2.0 is probably going to be a bit of a dying series now because they've got the F3 cars. But where have we got? I haven't really done that. I'm not too sure on that. The Spec Ford's fairly good, but these are all like RUF GT3 Challenge. This is the car I might buy, but it's not a very popular series, but it's good just to do as a random race every now and then. The Skip Barber's always pretty popular, but I don't think I'll get that. I think I want to get the F3 car when I get me Fanatec V3 pedals. You've got the Fanatec GT Challenge, which I don't remember that even being on there. Also it's like GT1 cars. I don't think that's going to be too popular. I don't even know if some of these run anymore. IMSA, what we just did before. IndyCar series. F3, this is quite popular now. Look at the variety. V8 Supercar series. Camel GT is the old GTO cars. I don't think it's particularly it's not that popular, but imagine that being quite fun, to be fair. The Porsche Pro qualifying is basically the Porsche Cup series, which is... Where is the Porsche Cup series? Is it even on here? Where's it gone? Is it just one series now, that? It must just be, they must just done it as one thing now, but that's basically the Porsche Cup. That's quite a popular series. It's good fun. I need to get the pedals for that. Yeah, you can run time trials on every single combination as well, just to get used to the combinations rather than going straight into the online practice sessions. There's so much variety. I mean, you got the 24-hour Le Mans series, the VRS, which we're going to do, which we're just on then, the Brands Hatch. It's just so much more variety every week. And this is running with only... They've got this amount of variety, and that's obviously without oval. If I show all the oval as well, there'd be loads more on there. But there's only 5... I mean, that's quite high at the moment now for online. Nearly 5,000 people. It's normally about 3,500, 4,000 people online. I'm sure GT Sport's got at least... It must have like a few thousand people online at any time. Can't believe it hasn't got more than a few thousand online, considering how many people play the game. I'm sure they can have more than 3 daily races. I think they just need one more, maybe an endurance race. At least one more race. They don't even have to do too many. Maybe like 5 daily races, 4 or 5 daily races, and one of them be an endurance race, like the race we just did in the IMSA. So, 45 minute race. I won't be going for any of the GT. Oh, the GT Sport one. You mean? You mean the World Finals? It's I'll try, but it's going to be hard work no matter what. Whether it might be easier to get in with a car manufacturer, it's just about what car you pick. Yeah. I was quite unlucky in the manufacturers. I feel I should have really got there last year. I'm hoping they change the system for the way the points are done, because I feel like I messed up the top 24 races, which was my fault, but I feel overall I kind of deserved it. But I'm going to try. I don't know what car I'm going to go yet. No clue. I don't know what car I'm going to go if it is an official season. It's going to be hard, because I think this next official season in FIA is going to be a lot more popular than the last one. So it's going to be very hard. So I will try and find... I can work with people in my team as well, my esports team, to pick a car that someone in the Americas region that's fast can go as well. And then hopefully, maybe if we can get some more... I don't know if we've got many Asia region drivers in there yet. It all depends how they're going to run it, though. We don't know if they're going to follow the same format. As, you know, like last season, you had to have a good driver in each region to get through. They might bin that and let the fastest drivers through. Who knows? Be interesting to see how they do it. Can you get gloves with lights? That's maybe put some LED lights on it. But yeah, one thing I do want to get once I've got the other camera sorted, so you can see that, is maybe get the is it the Thrustmaster LED thing? I don't know. Do you know what really annoys me about Thrustmaster, that LED? Like, why haven't they incorporated something on their wheels that you can clip onto? It's like they could have just made, like, especially with this being a newer wheel. Why didn't they have? Is there something on this, or is no nothing on this? It would have made sense for them just to put something on there on their new wheels so that you can click it on. We'll see. Official season starts. Judging by the last one, when did the last official? There was season 1, 2, and 3, wasn't there? You had to do season 1 to get your S license for season 2, and then the same for season 2. And it was only season 3 that counted. So you could technically not sign up for season 1. Just do let's see what cars. Do you know what? That's the thing as well, which I think a lot of people will do, is they won't do season 1 anymore because there was no relevance to that. It meant nothing at all. You just sign up for season 2 after you've seen what cars have been picked, and then you sort it out with your team. Start season 2, pick a car that not many people have got, and you've got more chance of getting through if you do that. That's what I think a lot of people will do for the next season. But it'll be interesting to see if them people that do that then pick the same car, which could backfire on them. The shift light, the Thrustmaster shift light, Nick. The Thrustmaster do like an LED display, but there's no thing on it. So you've just got to stick it on basically somehow, or get it on there somehow. I want to get it on. I'd love it just behind there, so that if I have the camera on looking at the wheel, you can see the rev light and the gears on it. Yeah, I think they're going to change the setup. I think it would make sense to pretty much get rid of the double points and all that for the top 24. Just reduce it down to 1.2 like they did in the official season. But they need to get rid of they need to change the way the entry is for that top 24 race. It shouldn't be based on your driver rating. It should be based on your points, because I should have been in the nation's top 24 races, all of them, because I was in the top 24. However, I couldn't enter the races because there was more than 3 drivers from the UK who had higher driver rating than me at the time when it was on. Because just before the official season, I got the big drop in DR again. So that's one thing we've got to be careful of, and that's why I'm tempted to create another account for FIA. Like, rank it up, get it to 75k, and then just, leave it for the official season, just so that I'm not risking any loss of DR just before the season starts, because that affected me then being able to enter the top 24 races, which was so daft. To have a system where you've got people in the top 24 race, but they can't enter it, it doesn't make sense to me. It should be the top 24 drivers, and not just, well, you're from that country, you can't enter. You're from that, you can't enter. Your drive rating's not as high as his, so you can't enter, even though you're doing better than him in the season. It's a strange situation. Not last season. I used a Mercedes in the official season. The Mercedes was when that was the official FIA season when I was in that, and I came second in. I was in the top 24 race, but it was annoying because qualifying I messed up qualifying, and I was still only I think it was like 2-3 attempts off of pole position at Interlagos. And if I would have just pretty much the final corner, if I would have just got on the throttle a little bit earlier, I would have gained about a 10th and a half, and I would have started in P7. I think it was a P6, just ahead of Force. And it was little things like that that made the difference, and that's how close it was. I think in the top 24 race, I think the top, was it like top 18 to 20 cars were within 3/10 of a second in qualifying, 3-4 tenths of a second. It was insane. It was so close because everyone had practiced for it. Everyone was like putting the time in, and it was just so close. It was stupidly close in qualifying. I've got the US account. No, I can't do. I wouldn't do the US account on an official season. I wouldn't do that. That's taking it too far. I would never do that. Did you hear Charlie Roscoe? YouTube Australia can't even fill. Yeah, I retweeted the tweet with that about the lobby's not filling up, but they've changed the times now for the Australians and everything. They've changed a lot of the times around. I don't know whether it's going to help people out or not. I'm not sure. When GT Sport servers go down, will GT Sport be useless? Yep, because they'll then have another game out by then. I would think they wouldn't put them down until a new game's out. But you can't really complain with how much. I mean, already I've had more than my fair share out of that game. But I don't think they'll go down for a good few years. I'd expect them to stay up for at least 2 more years, the GT Sport servers. And then they'll have a new game, and that'll take over probably. They'll leave them on there for like a year maybe while the new game's out, and then they'll go through a transition period and get rid of them. But that's kind of expected, that really. They haven't got the money that some companies have to keep them on. Because Sony will only give them a set budget. Who knows how much that would be? I have no idea. Right. I'm going to end the stream there anyway. Thank you to everyone who came in and watched the iRacing race and the little practice at the end then. We're going to be back on iRacing possibly on Sunday. Tomorrow will be GT Sport practicing the FIA races. I'll probably practice both. Whether I'll do both, I might just do one race on the manufacturers at the end and just risk it. But we'll practice for both because Blue Moon's not really, you don't really need to practice it. It's so easy. It's all about luck of the slipstream and stuff. So we'll practice. We'll have a go on that tomorrow. We'll do a FIA practice lobby. I need to have a little warm up in the morning possibly. But I've got to do videos in the morning as well. So try and get the P1 race out in the morning if I have chance. Thank you to everyone who donated as well. I appreciate the donations, and thank you to everyone who's just in the chat and who's watched the stream. I appreciate the support, and we'll be back tomorrow live for the FIA practice. So see you then, and have a good night everyone. See you later.